I am grateful for what I have, and I am happy for what others have. I am grateful for what I have, and I am happy for what others have. I am grateful for what I have, and I'm happy for what others have. I'm thankful for another lovely day. Thankful for another lovely day. Thankful for another lovely day. Kinfo. Let me see what they talking about. Let me see what it's talking about. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table. We about to break it all down. So we about to what? We about to break bread right now. So like today, it's one of them doing. You feel me? It's one of them days, family. Well, we gonna have to come on with that. Come on. Certain things happen to you in life. It's imperative that you learn to look for the reason. You feel me? That you learn to look for the reason that these things is happening to you. It's time out for us to keep complaining and say, I fell short because of this, and this. Well, that's all fine and dandy. But when you get to a point you really trying to make something happen for the family, you won't accept no excuses. So we got to get to the point that we don't even set up. We're not even set up for excuses. You got the certain businesses, they don't even have certain payments because they're not set up to accept them type of payments. So we got to get to the point we don't even accept excuses as a reason for not getting things done. So often in life, you know, people have these perceptions of how they view us and how they want to use us. See what I'm saying? But it's not for you to get so caught up in what they purpose is that you lose sight of yours. Too many times in relationships, we find ourselves looking at the next person saying, man, well shoot, if this person would have did this, then I would have did this. Well, quite frankly, family, you still don't have that excuse because as sure as you feel like this person could have did X, Y, Z, man, salutes OG Triple. Man, this person could have did X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying, can be that change that you need. If you feel like you need somebody to be more understanding towards you, you be more understanding towards you, as well as be more understanding towards other people. Because you cannot, I repeat, you cannot expect nothing from nobody, let alone you can't expect to go in your cupboard or your refrigerator and grab nothing you ain't put in it. So if you expect to get, you gotta give. You feel me? In order to receive, you must give. In no particular order, but shoot, truth be told, I like to not owe people. So, quite frankly, I like to pay up front. You know what I'm saying? I like to pay what I weigh. That's what we say. I like to pay what I weigh. So when it comes to, this life of recognizing where your place is, you must recognize that, man, regardless to how somebody else view you, you got too much work to do to be worrying about what the next person think of you. Got too much work to do. And if you too busy working on you, guess what you ain't got time to do? Worry about the next person. So when you see these groups of people that constantly want to sit around and talk about people, it's cause shit, you gotta talk about motherfuckers that's doing something. And when you make yourself undeniable, you feel me? Either the haters gonna hate and the great ones gonna appreciate. Feel me? The haters gonna hate and the great ones gonna appreciate. But you gotta recognize that it ain't for you to use that as an excuse to not do what you do. They don't understand me. You alright? Oh, okay. Little kitty cat. But that ain't no excuse for you to not do what you was meant to do. You know, so often I look back and I think about the many conversations I had with my mother. She would tell me when I would try to think of every excuse in the book, I'd be like, Mama, so since, we believe in God, shoot, won't God save us no matter what we do? She'd just be like, boy, God gave you a brain too. So guess what? You ain't got no excuse to be out here acting a fool. Salutes, family. Make sure y'all drop a comment, hit that like button when y'all come in, because they trying to ban the positive, man. You understand? But yeah, like I said, Mama used to be like, God gave you a brain, so you ain't got no excuse. And so the same thing I'm telling y'all, you feel me? As great as one might think someone else is, tell you like this. That greatness that you perceive comes from their ability to express or proceed with what's within them. So the more time that you take with yourself alone to learn to cultivate the ways of you, you'll be able to do the same thing. Because the majority of the people that we look up to are merely people that have found a way to balance themselves. Found a way to balance themselves to the point that their art is expressed in a way that can be appreciated by all. So I would encourage y'all to get to a point to where you see the beauty that is you, and you go forth and express it to the world. Because quite frankly, that's what we looking for. And that's what we looking at when we look at a lot of these people who have arrived, so to speak. That's exactly what you looking at. So I need for you to take that time for you daily. Because we waiting on you. You know, too often as a people, we get told, or we quick to say, man, such and such gonna do it. I'm gonna wait on XYZ to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, there's no better time than the present. Because the past and the future, guess what? It don't exist right now. It don't exist right now. So if you take advantage of this opportunity that is existence, you know the earliest definition of truth was that which exists. So with every second that it take to make up a minute to equal up to an hour, you had a lifetime of second chances. Let's go. Shout out to Brother Smart. And I encourage y'all to watch y'all thoughts, man. Because the way that you think of oneself, or the way that you perceive this life, is how you would proceed in life. So if you think that you are nothing, you will proceed to do nothing. If you think you are greatness, hey, you will waste no time displaying this. So be careful, because the way you feel leads to something. Thoughts become feelings. Feelings become a vibration that becomes magnetic and brings to you what you seek to manifest. So I would encourage y'all to remember that thoughts are very, very, very important. And the thoughts that you let you linger on would be the thoughts that you might have to live on. And for a lot of us, we done forgot about the thoughts that we was willing to live on in the moments when we said, fuck my life, you feel me? In the moments when we said, man, I'm just ready to be done with this shit. Come on, bro. You're bringing that shit closer and closer to you. And I know when I was younger, I started to notice that a lot of the things that I would say, I would always write it off and say, man, shoot, God ain't playing with me. I can't get away with nothing. But as I got older and became more aware, or wise I should say, and became more aware of how the reality of this life works, I recognized that I was speaking certain things into existence. So therefore, my reality had no choice but to show me the existence of such. So for a lot of us, we don't recognize that when I was feeling like, dang, I can't get away with nothing, it's because I thought I was supposed to get in trouble. You feel me? I felt like certain consequences was supposed to come. So as a result of me feeling like that, it became a thought and later proceeded as a vibration that became so magnetic that it had no choice but to bring it into me. So for y'all that feel that same way, just know, as sure as you feel like that about that negative thought that you had, you can in turn use the power of belief that, leads to certain feelings and use that to manifest positive things rather than continuing to manifest the life in which you don't want. You feel me? That energy or that pendulum, it swings both ways. It swings both ways, you feel me? Both ways. Just want to try to see that Kenyan flag real quick. You feel me? Ethiopia rising. But y'all, man, y'all got this. Because we here at this point in time, or this appointed time for a reason. So everything you needed to do this and to come up out of darkness, you already have. You already have. And again, some people, going back to the, people have placed us at certain points in their life for their own utilization. It sure is somebody might have placed you at a certain place for their own utilization. Don't lose sight of what you in it for. You feel me? Don't lose sight. Because they might be like, man, I'm going to get this for such and such. And shit, he going to be all right with this. All the while, you had other plans for that shit. And it became just another manifestation. Perfect example. I'm working on learning to cultivate, mushrooms. Man, when I say I was sitting there thinking like, man, I bought this mushroom kit from Walmart, so I'm going to basically do like I used to do as a kid with the TV. I'm going to take that shit apart and see how it works. And from there, I'll proceed to do my own going forward. But so often you have to invest in yourself in order to understand what you're trying to, accomplish. So for me, I often invest in certain companies, products that I appreciate so I can learn how to do it myself, as well as teach everybody else, including my kids. So been, proceeding to do this mushroom thing, and here it is. I was looking at a video on how to do it in different kind of containers. And that's when I ran across the shotgun method. Long story short, I get off yesterday from work. What do I see? A plastic container. And if you ain't think it was for me, but you crazy. Of course, the person had a different reason why they had bought it for me. But hey, that don't change the fact they bought it for me, so I can utilize it towards what I see fit. But I'm just trying to show y'all how manifestations come to us. So often that a lot of us, we look right over. You know what I'm saying? When it don't come like we thought it would. But when you really seeking something, you will see it. No matter where you gotta go to see it or how far you gotta go. But a lot of these products that we see on a day-to-day basis, they only been repurposed. You feel me? And they raw material, you gotta be able to look at them and see ways that you can utilize it for your benefit. And that's all life be, bruh. Life gonna keep testing you. Gonna keep testing you. But it's just so you can see how these raw materials can work towards the upliftment of your life, man. That's all. But if you freak out and go into shock, start tripping about what's going on, then sure as this happening, this would be to your detriment. You feel me? But I know these things only come to make you stronger and to make you greater. Or in other words, come to remind you of your greatness. So, that being said, let's be great, man. Let's not keep believing in the narrative that we ain't. And you will see the greatness that is you. But you must first believe. Believe in you. See, again, I ain't telling you nothing that's for my benefit, but for your upliftment. And that's when you can tell the difference between somebody who care, somebody who just hoping and you listen. I'm putting this here for when you ready. When you ready, take part. And I guarantee you, this thing will take you far, because it took me. But we gotta get out of our comfort zones. Let's not forget. We gotta work on our recovery time. Let's not forget. For those who might not understand the things that I'm saying right now, I'd encourage you to reference previous videos. And even those who do understand what I'm saying right now, I encourage you to reference previous videos in order to ingrain this in you. No different than the program that was already put in us to make us feel like we can't do or we ain't who we are. We gotta go forth with that encouragement and encourage ourselves. I am. And when things happen to you that you might not understand the purpose of it right now, you say, I'm grateful that happened like that, because now I can. And go forth to seek what, you know what I'm saying, changes can be made. Because we always say, we always can better ourselves. So let's go forth always bettering ourselves, rather than always going forth trying to act like we're trying to better everybody else. You feel me? It's time out for that. It's time out for that. And honestly speaking, even with the coaching that I do, I find myself, leading more by example than anything. And even with the times of teaching, it's more or less me telling or explaining what I'm doing in real time. And honestly speaking, I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. Smash that like button when y'all come in, family. Show some love. You feel me? We up here trying to spread the good news. You feel me? But honestly speaking, that's what be going on. That's what be going on. General processes on how to process this shit. But I will tell you right there, I'm a high capacity vehicle. So I'm processing it as quick as I can. As quick as it comes. I make sure y'all smash that like button. They trying to ban the positive, man. You don't understand. But if I was on here on some petty beef and shit, numbers be out this, man. But again, I don't do it for the numbers. I feel like the way that the numbers are so small, it helps me to keep from being caught up in the trend. It helps me to stay genuine with my message. So I appreciate the crowd that do get it. You feel me? Appreciate the crowd that do get it. Because that's a clear sign of our connection and what we in tune with. But again, make sure y'all reference these videos, as there's plenty of information to keep you, on point. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I go back and watch these videos to remind myself of the goals that we have set so we can be successful. Success is merely achieving the goals that you set out to. Happiness comes by way of having something to look forward to. So look forward to a greater you in all that you do. I love you as myself, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. As we are one. Kinfolk. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair, come over here to the round table. We about to break it all down. So we about to what? We about to break bread right now.